Hello, everyone. I am Us Weekly's entertainment director, Travis Cronin, and you are in the Kardashian Korner. The show where we bring you all of the Kardashian news live, breaking, and as it comes to us. Now, I couldn't break down this family because there's so many members. It's honestly hard to keep up with who's still in the family anymore without my two co-hosts. Hello, Brandy Robidoux, looking lovely and white, looking like a sexy lab scientist.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Travis. Hello.
Hello. And hello, Nicholas Gonzalez, looking well-rested and happy this week.
Yeah, I got some good rest this week. How's everyone doing?
We are having a good week, but not better than Travis. Of course, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, who just got married, their third wedding, if you're keeping track, but their biggest one to date, when it felt like the whole world was really watching this wedding in Positano, Italy. Most of the Kardashian families were there, and they all had a million different looks for every day. All of them were dressed in mostly archive pieces from the 90s from Dolce & Gabbana. There was a welcome dinner on Friday night, a pre-wedding yacht hang, as you have. And the ceremony itself, the entire Kardashian family was all boated out to a lovely castle owned by Dolce & Gabbana on the side of a cliff in Positano. It was sort of like a gothic fairy tale. Now, Kourtney had an intricate wedding veil that was embroidered with flowers from the Mediterranean, a recreation of Travis's head tattoo, and the Virgin Mary with the words family, loyalty, and love. And fun fact, her black mini veil, which she changed into for the ceremony, had the exact same embroidery, only teeny tiny. Now, there was so much from this wedding, so many lavish looks, so much opulence. What did you guys like most about the Travis wedding?
Yeah, the fashion was definitely top tier, Travis. Honestly, Kourtney's dress really got me. I usually hate short wedding dresses. Like, I love elaborate over the top gowns, but I love that she paired this stunning elaborate veil with this, like, you know, small, cute little mini dress. And I thought she just looked fantastic in that.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I thought the fashion was like the biggest highlight. Like, I almost forgot it was a wedding. It just looked like a photo shoot the whole time. Every photo was like, oh, this is like, you know, a choreographed photo.
It was, the dresses were fantastic. Chloe wore like a Queen of Hearts gown. The vibes were just 100. The candlelight in a castle, I've just never seen really such opulence in my life. And it's sort of a 360 moment for them because Mr. Gabbana of Dolce & Gabbana once called them the cheapest family in America in an Instagram comment when one of them was wearing one of their dresses. So this is really a 360 to now them hosting and doing everything for their wedding. It's really a strange moment. And there was an online advertising company who speculated that Dolce & Gabbana received about $25 million in free online advertising from how many people saw their looks and how many people saw Dolce & Gabbana from the wedding. But not every family member was in attendance. There was no Caitlyn and no Rob. And Us Weekly has learned that Caitlyn Jenner was not invited to the wedding. Sadly, of course, Caitlyn Jenner is, you know, a step parent for Kourtney. It's not like it's Kendall or Kylie's wedding. And a source told us that Rob was just not ready to make a public appearance. The source told us that since Rob has been so low-key and so low profile, if he decided to make a big extravagant or decided to make the effort to go to this big extravagant public wedding, that it would just be too scary for him because it would be all about Rob being there and he just isn't ready to get in the public eye. Now, sources tell us this makes Chris very sad, but all of the family is trying to respect his decision to stay out of the spotlight. Now, it's getting a little crazy how long it's been since we've seen Rob, but I get the point that we, the media and all of the fans, go crazy whenever Rob shows up somewhere. We want to dissect everything because we just want the best for him and we want him to be happy. I feel that's why I'm looking. But what do you guys think about Caitlyn and Rob's absence from the wedding?
Yeah, I was a little surprised not to see Rob just because this is such a milestone moment. But maybe, like you said, it's almost like a selfless thing for him to do. He's well aware that the paps are out in full force when he steps out of the house. So, you know, maybe he was really just looking out for Court and wanted it to be about her. But I hope he's okay. We really haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah.
The Rob thing is interesting. These people, they're media mavericks. You would think that, okay, well, they would be aware that Rob is going to, like, kind of, not to say outshine the event, but cause a lot of media frenzy that it's his first appearance. So wouldn't you have a rollout beforehand in the sense that like, okay, Rob, we need you to go into these public spaces with your family every once in a while, just so that way the media gets their fill on it. It dies out. And then a month from now, when we have the wedding, you're not going to be the hot topic. Like, I'm not a media person, but even I would be like, okay, just have him go out a couple times. Like, just have him for a walk outside of his house or something.
Yeah.
Pull the paps on
for
this.
your walk.
Yeah. Just
Well, a source tells us he was invited. He was in communication with Kourtney on the day. And the source told us that Kourtney and Travis will be going over to Rob's to have a mini private dinner celebration at his house. So he's going to be involved in a way, but it's just sort of weird that we're still using kid gloves with Rob. And he's just so, afraid of the public attention. Well, Kim Kardashian, thank you. Kim Kardashian is apologizing. I feel like Kim does this every other week for one thing or another, but now this is about Kanye West. She was apologizing and trying to protect Kanye West when he was bashing her family, apologizing to them in serious heart-to-hearts for years of attacks that Kanye would give to the family. And now on the new episode of The Kardashians on Hulu, she is apologizing to her family. Now, Khloe brought this up. She was clearly agitated and let Kim know that, quote, "It's pathetic that any man would publicly diss the mother of his child in the way that Kanye has, and it leads to a bigger chat about his conduct with her family." Now, they all sat down at Kim's kitchen table with Kendall, Kourtney, Khloe, Kris, Travis, and Corey to see if they can change Kim from a protector of Kanye to a defender of her family. She lets her sisters know that she would no longer be putting up with Kanye's antics, and she feels stronger as a person than she ever felt before. It was a really touching moment, and this was all on the heels of Kim being worried that Kanye was going to diss her in his new song, but luckily he just dissed her new boyfriend in the song. Sort of gave a jealous lash out in true Kanye fashion with "My life was never easy," and if you don't remember the lyric, "God save me from this crash just so I can beat Pete Davidson's ass." Now, this was a really touching moment that we sort of knew about from sources, but it was interesting to see play out that she stopped defending him and started defending her family. What did you guys think of this moment?
Yeah, I'm surprised because I've never really seen this perspective before. Like, I feel like Kanye was so close to the family when they were married, and like he was really close to Khloe, so close to Kris. So I never stopped to think about, wow, if he, has been mistreating Kim, then obviously her family sees that too. And I think for the first time we're really seeing like they've got Kim's back all the way. They've seen the mistreatment, and it was real for all of them.
Well, do you know who it's not a rough week for? Travis Barker, because he found, I guess it was, this doctor was referred to him by one of his male friends. I'm calling him Dr. BJ, because Kourtney Kardashian is willing to try anything to get pregnant with Travis Barker's baby. Now, during this latest episode of The Kardashians on Hulu, Kourtney told her auric cleanse expert that of course, as one does in LA, that their fertility doctor had instructed her to ingest Travis Barker's sperm. Kourtney says, but he said something. He told me that the thing could help my thyroid was drinking his cum like 4 times a week. And awkward Kourtney says she chuckled as she tells her family, as you do. And Travis Barker said, "I love this doctor," adding that Travis said he has grade A sperm. Now, Travis and Kourtney have been documenting their fertility journey throughout this season. Us Weekly broke the news that they were trying IVF. Unfortunately, the egg retrievals have not been going well. That forces them to pause sex, caffeine, and exercise. But apparently, ingesting sperm is what the doctor ordered. I've never heard of this, and I am not a scientist nor a fertility expert, but I'm pretty sure that's not how babies are made. And this doctor seems like a plant from the Barker team. What did you guys think about this?
It seems like the doctor was pulled out of like a Joe Rogan podcast episode. Like,
yeah.
Where did they get this guy
It's
from?
very Joe Rogan science here.
I'm so curious, but I was laughing and I was coming up with so many jokes in my head in a way, because I was like, this is like comedy gold. Like SNL was probably like, damn, why did we have to end the show this weekend? We could have had so much material. But then a huge part of me is like really sad to think that like, well, damn, it's gotten to this point where the doctor's just like F it, just maybe drink the sperm. I don't know. Like, I part of me, it's like a funny thing to read on the headline, but then when you really think of like why it's gotten to this point, it's because they've been struggling so much and they've been doing everything else. Like, it kind of hits you a little bit different. It's kind of sad.
Wow, leaves a bittersweet taste in your mouth, huh, Nick? I bet Kourtney feels the same.
Travis.
That's good.
Yeah, it seems like they're willing to try anything at this point, obviously. But hey, for the PDA king and queen, this trick might not be that difficult.
Yeah, seriously, with any couple, they were like, this will not be a problem. They're all over each other.
Those red carpet photos are going to be so different now.
Yes, they are. Well, let's end this episode with a fun story, just because Kim Kardashian is being skewered, pun intended, for taking 0 bites of her food in her newest Beyond Meat ad. Now, if you watch the video, it is pretty hysterical because she seems to go to great lengths to pretend like she's eating it, but not a single bite has been taken. Kim Kardashian said in the commercial, "I believe so much in the mission of Beyond Meat. I've stepped in to help with my greatest asset, my taste." She said in the company's 30-second video that debuted this week. Now, she said all of her lines straight to the camera, and a chef placed a variety of dishes containing plant-based meat substitutes in front of her. The first was a vegan burger cut in half, which she held up to her face and then moved her mouth like a chewing motion. But many social media users point out the sandwich remained intact and did not have a bite out of it, so no one knows where that bite is coming from. She didn't even take a bite of the burger, one person commented. Then Kim used a fork to stab a plant-based meatball. She held it up to her face before squeezing a lime over a plate of tacos. Then she says, this plant-based meat is so amazing and delicious. It's also better for you and better for the planet. And then she continued this fake chewing motion. Well, to quote her, on her own show, pretty good for a girl with no talent. That acting, really, the fake chewing did not fool anybody. Did you guys watch the video?
It's hilarious. It's like, it reminds me of when like a parent eats fake Play-Doh food from their kid. They're like, great. There's not one bite taken off that burger. She might be like Pac-Man. That was like a clean bite, maybe. Like it was cut in half.
Oh,
I was looking at the bite marks. I was zooming into the photo. I'm like, they didn't even get an intern just to fake up, like actually bite the sandwich for her, just so it looked like believable.
Maybe her veneers are so perfect, it just cut it right in half.
It's like a SpongeBob. Like
I'm dying at the Play-Doh analogy. Like, why is that so accurate?
That really is fantastic.
I blame the producers, though. Like, I feel like someone on set should have been like, we need to make this look more realistic, maybe. So I don't blame Kim here.
So the biggest pro is that they got the exposure they wanted. The biggest con is like now everybody definitely does not want to even try it, because if Kim, you can't even get your main actor to try it.
Yeah, she's being paid. She can't even take a bite of it. But it's sad because Kim has been, vegan on and off for a while and has shared her love of plant-based food and Beyond Meat. So it's not like she doesn't like it. She actually eats it all the time. It's a big part of her diet. But this was just not the way to do it. Well, that is all the time we have here in this little Kardashian corner of the world. Thank you so much, Brandy and Nick, for helping me break all of this down. And I guess, fellas, make sure you go see Travis Barker's doctor, if you're having any romantic problems at home. And don't forget to check out all of the Kardashian news on usmagazine.com. Look at all of the photos from the wedding, see everyone in their dresses, because it really is a sight to behold. She really did that, and it was amazing. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Kardashian Korner. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey, everyone. I'm Christina Garibaldi, the host of Us Weekly Celebrity Coverage. Don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest celebrity news, tips, and video. And for much more content, make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com, the official home of Us Weekly magazine.